pitching in the new environment, virtual or in person. So we all became very expert during the COVID years, which all now seem so long ago, don't they? We became expert at actually pitching virtually. And in some cases, there are still virtual pitches going on. However, what we've learned in the last 18 months, I mean, the IIS has been back full time in our offices since, with 2 years. And what we've observed as a business is how important it is to have meetings face to face for greater clarity, for greater understanding, to be able to actually understand to feel how people are feeling, to get a sense of what people are like. And this, of course, applies to pitching as well. And what we see is that clients, a lot of marketers are still not necessarily back in their offices full time, but they certainly want to know that their agencies are back in the office often, because otherwise, how will those agencies be solving particular marketing needs for them? So during a pitch process, it becomes really important to understand what the agency's philosophy is in terms of being in the office and being available and accessible. In terms of the actual pitch itself, I would say 100% of the time, it is so much better to be pitching in person, in order to be able to see how the team reacts with each other, and also how they interact with the marketers concerned. So it's in our world, pitching in person is really the only way to go, unless you absolutely cannot meet. I mean, if you're working with a global client, it's more difficult. And we've been running a pitch, in fact, for a multinational brand for the last. We're running a pitch. The agencies have been awarded, and we're still very involved. And the client is still not present. They're partially present in South Africa. They're already in Kenya. So it's been quite interesting to see how the interaction has happened, and how it's working. But there's no question that if we were all in the same room together, we would get a lot more done a lot more quickly, and we would be able to resolve any costing issues, or we'd be able to resolve any creative issues. It is much more difficult when you are working at a distance or working virtually. So we're encouraging clients and agencies to work together as much as possible, on a day-to-day basis, for sure. And during the pitch process, absolutely have to meet in person. There's no reason not to, and we need to make sure that everybody meets each other at least twice, in fact, preferably 3 times, before an appointment is made. The only area where I would say it would be interesting, and it's actually very efficient to do it virtually, would be maybe for the Q&A sessions. But overall, from a pitching point of view, much better to be in person, much better for the client to experience the agency in their own environment during the chemistry stage, and then much better for the agency to be pitching at client's premises when it comes down to the final decision. So that's our view on pitching, virtual, hybrid, in person. That's how we believe things need to really happen going forward. Okay, thanks for listening.